The year of the 5 emperors. Imagine a year so chaotic that 5 different men claimed the throne of the Roman Empire. One bought it in an auction, another marched on Rome with an army, and the rest. Well, let's just say their reigns were short and not so sweet. It all began with Commodus, the son of the great Marcus Aurelius. But Commodus was no philosopher king. He was a paranoid megalomaniac who liked dressing as Hercules and fighting in the arena. On New Year's Eve, 192 CE, he was assassinated by his inner circle. Commodus's mistress, Marcia Aurelia, Aemilius Letus the Praetorian prefect and Eclectus, his servant, all conspired to end his life. They ordered Narcissus, a young athlete, to strangle Commodus for a large reward. With the throne empty, Rome was about to plunge into chaos. First up, Pertinax, a respected old senator and former general. The Senate hoped he'd restore order. But when he tried to clean up the corruption and cut the Praetorian Guard's perks, they killed him. So what did the Praetorian Guard do next? They auctioned off the empire to the highest bidder. Enter Didius Julianus, a wealthy senator who literally bought the throne. The people were horrified. The Senate was humiliated. And the legions? Furious. That's when in 193 CE, Septimius Severus, governor of Pannonia, saw his chance. He gathered his legions, marched to Rome, and took the city without a fight. Julianus was executed. Severus was now emperor, but not without rivals. In the east, Pescennius Niger, governor of Syria, declared himself emperor too. He had support, but not Severus's muscle. The two clashed, and by 194, he was defeated and killed. Meanwhile in Britain, another contender rose, Clodius Albinus. At first, Severus made peace with him, calling him co-emperor. But eventually, they turned on each other. In 197, Severus crushed Albinus at the Battle of Lugdunum and emerged as the sole ruler of Rome. So out of the bloodshed, betrayal, and 5 claimants to the throne, only one man stood victorious, Septimius Severus. He would go on to found a new dynasty and rule with strength and authority. The year of the 5 emperors wasn't just a crazy chapter in Roman history, it marked the beginning of a new imperial era where military power mattered more than ever. Severus fought a successful war against the Parthians and campaigned with success against barbarian incursions in Roman Britain, rebuilding Hadrian's Wall. In Rome, his relations with the Senate were poor, but he was popular with the commoners, as with his soldiers, whose salary he raised. Starting in 197, the influence of his Praetorian prefect, Gaius Fulvius Plautianus, was a negative influence. The latter was executed in 205. Severus continued the official persecution of Christians and Jews, as they were the only 2 groups who would not assimilate their beliefs to the official syncretistic creed. Severus eventually died while campaigning in Britain in 211 CE. He was succeeded by his sons Caracalla and Geta, whom he made his co-Augusti and who reigned under the influence of their mother, Julia Domna. From the power struggles of the Severan dynasty to the final crumbling of Rome's might, let's unravel the epic story of the Roman Empire's final chapters. After Emperor Septimius Severus' death in 211 AD, his sons, Caracalla and Geta, took the stage. But sibling rivalry was lethal. Caracalla ordered Geta's murder, claiming sole rule. Caracalla ruled ruthlessly, even extending Roman citizenship to all free men in 212 AD, the famed Constitutio Antoniniana. But his reign ended in blood, assassinated in 217. Rome then spiraled into the crisis of the 3rd century, 50 years of chaos, with over 20 emperors, invasions by Goths and Persians, and the empire nearly tearing itself apart. But some heroes shone through. Emperor Aurelian reunited the fractured empire in the late 3rd century, even defeating the breakaway Palmyrene and Gallic empires. He began the construction of the Aurelian Walls, a massive fortification system around Rome. He also introduced economic and religious reforms, including promoting Sol Invictus as a unifying state cult. Emperor Aurelian was later granted the title Restitutor Orbis, meaning restorer of the world, for his successful reunification of the fractured empire. In 275 CE, he was assassinated by his own officials, due to a forged conspiracy. Despite his short reign, his efforts significantly stabilized the empire. Fast forward to 293 AD, to restore order, Diocletian created the Tetrarchy, sharing power between two Augusti and two Caesars. It worked, for a while. Then came Constantine the Great. By 324 AD, he reunited Rome and founded Constantinople, today's Istanbul, laying the Christian foundation of Europe. By the late 4th century, cracks deepened. In 395, Theodosius I died, permanently splitting the empire into east and west. Rome itself fell to Alaric's Visigoths in 410, a shocking moment for the world. The Western Empire staggered on, plagued by internal decay and relentless invasions, until 476, when the Germanic general Odoacer deposed the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus. The Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, lived on for another 1,000 years, but the Western Empire was gone, replaced by the kingdoms of Europe. Yet Rome's spirit never died. Its language, laws, and legacy still echo through our world, the eternal shadow of an empire that once ruled the known world. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more thrilling history, and let us know what empires rise and fall you'd like to explore next.